by very, very professional, having put this country into the map, recently ranked the best boxer in Asia. That's from a WBA point, not forgetting that he is the WBA Asia lightweight title, champion, having won that a couple of months ago. Interesting that he's also alluded to the good work being done by Jamal from Boxing Federation of Kenya at the moment in terms of raising standards of boxing in the country. Looking forward to that title defense, and we are hoping that it can be here in Nairobi, as he puts it, later on in December. We'll catch up with him later on, and we'll be appraising you of the progress around his performances or his preparations as we move forward. Well, back in studio, remember, we are joined by Quick's Nyakwaka to help us unpack what happens to pension related issues with athletes. We've seen cases where athletes perform so well, they are in the limelight, but after their career is gone, we no longer see them. And that makes me ask Quicks this question. Nyakwaka, what informed you coming up with this Kenya Sports Pension Plan? It's a very noble idea. What was the idea behind it?
It's a conversation that has been ongoing from our playing days, something that's like 15 years old or something like that. We tried over the years to discuss with some of the federations to see how we can come up with a framework to develop one, but there was always lethargy, There was, I would say, they didn't see the vision. So it took us a while, almost 15 years for us to then, because you see, if you had to register a pension fund, you either need to be a company or a federation. So finally, when we registered Kenya Rugby League Federation, it was top of our agenda.
Well, you've also opened it up and said that it is not just a rugby affair. It's generally for all other sports in the country.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's not a rugby affair. That's why it's called Kenya Sports Pension Plan, and it's open to all players from different sports: football, basketball, hockey, cricket, name it. And then it's open to the wider public also. Because you see, the reason how to make your pension fund more profitable and more value is if you have a bigger number of people contributing, including the Mamambogas, Vijana Mtahani, the fans of sports, everybody. And with that kind of base, then you'll have a progressive pension plan that will be able to give the members good dividends whenever they need to access it. And also, the next phase, as we are as ICL continue with the registration staff with that BA, is we now want to go to Parliament and start lobbying the Retirement Benefits Act, because it says that currently that you can only access your pension fund when you're 50. but sports players have got 2 lifetimes. There's the playing bit.
Yes.
Then when you hit your 30s, you retire. And then there's the 51. So we want to push in a legislation and amendment that allows this fund that the players on retirement should be able to access a percentage of it, not all. And then as they transit to other professions, whether it is coaching or other careers or other trades, they continue being members. And then when they're 50, they're able to access the lump sum.
So when you talk about retirement, it's not retirement from international assignment, but retirement from the sport.
From the sports.
We've seen a young Victor Mugubi retire from international sports.
Exactly.
We've seen Amonde now retire from international
and continue the club,
and
continue the club, exactly. So that's the legislation that we want to be amended. And we are still reaching out to Parliament and start the lobbying process. And then also, because like I said, sports players have got 2 lifetimes, the playing part and the non-playing part. And then also, RBA have also put in an amendment that now allows you to use your pension savings as guaranteed to get a mortgage to buy a house for property. And I think that's something that's very interesting for the players and all the members, and we want to push that one in. And then also the other that you're being also very progressive about is currently you can only become a member when you're 18 years old, but we want a situation where then they can allow us to even, because one of the key things in this country is we need to inculcate the culture of pension planning, and the thing is you need to catch them young. Whether it is rugby, cricket, football, catch them at 12, 14 years of age. So same with the pension, you want to be able, parents can open pension accounts for their children, the same way you would kiddie banks, okay? So even if a kid is 8 or 9 years old, already, even if you're contributing 1 bob per week, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's about the culture. So that when they're 18,
yes,
they now take it over and run it as adults. Yeah.
You've just had Nick Mwangi also in Dubai.
Right.
Would they be eligible if they're interested to be part of the same?
Yes, they're eligible. In fact, our membership is going to be open to the law says to 18, but we are open up to even 80 years old.
Okay.
You can come in at 80 and maybe live for another 10 years and enjoy your pension plan. You never know.
It's about investing in your future.
It's about investing in your future.
Well, interesting indeed, because we've seen cases of, very athletes coming into the limelight, but after their careers, after a very short time, you ask yourself, where did they disappear to? When you meet them, you ask yourself, no one advised them. So are you looking at also having professionals come to advise in terms of investing about the future?
Of course, the Kenya Sports Pension Plan will have a full office secretariat with professionals, with all the departments. We'll have the activation department, where there's the outreach, there's the investment advisors, who will hold strategic workshops to advise all these players how they can benefit from the pension plan, which is a compound interesting. And you know how the pension plan works, so guided by the law. There's only a certain percentage that can be invested in any category. So like all of it you can't put into real estate. I think about like 15 or 20% only is real estate by law. Then there's an amount, a percentage that you can invest in the stock exchange, another amount in government bonds, and then another amount in other investment schemes. So it's very well regulated by the government. ICA, pension management unit to be the pension managers. So everybody's money would be safe with the ICA. Kingsland Court are the pension administrators. We appointed them. So the pension administrators, like the auditor, they're the ones who get the statements of the members annually. If you want to follow up to find out how much value your contribution is so far, you contact Kingsland Court. And by law, so ICA alone can't be the managers and the admin. So that way it's separated. Kingsland Court is a completely different outfit. Also licensed by RBA. So they're the ones who will be doing all that. And then we've got Adrenian Lab and Artificial Intelligence Excellency Center in Westlands who are developing for us the app that the members can use to check out their balances all the time. And it will also have a USSD so that if you have people like you who have Mulika Muizi without a smartphone, you can you can use USSD that they started downloading the app. Okay. and we were very aggressive and ambitious about this. So recently in August I was in Nigeria for a series of things, other meetings in Nigeria, Rugby League and stuff like that. Same thing came up, they don't have a frame up of the same. So we even discussed in Lagos about possibility of having a Pan-African one in future. So like you're asking about our vision in 10-15 years time is get Kenya Sports Pension Plan running and then connect the rest of Africa. In our meetings in Nigeria, the very sad story of Rashid Yekini came up. Yeah, very, very sad stuff, And talk about other of their former footballers also in Nigeria who suffered similar fate. And so we said that we agree that Kenya will start, and then eventually we see how we can have a Pan-African sports pension plan that can include everybody in Africa, including the funds. And if Africa is a position of what we are billions now, with 1.5 billion, 2 billion. And you can imagine that if you have got a pension plan that includes all countries, and you'll have branches in every country, then we'll forever sort out the problem.
Well, as we look at this, remember we still have Nick Makave online and will be engaging to just find out, if this is something that would interest them as well. And I also realized that when you bumped on Sugar Ray in studio, you are exchanging, as in how can boxers also be part of this? Yeah,
but interesting. We are going to, I think next week, our communication team is sending out an invite to all the sports federations. Giving about like a 2 weeks notice. We're going to have a workshop with all the sports federations where we're going to present to them what we've done so far, where we've reached, where we are going, and how they can get involved, because we are planning to launch it in February next year.
As you look at that launch, the sports pension plan, it looks like one that will secure many athletes' future in terms of investment?
Definitely,
yes,
definitely, and so that then we all want to hear from sport is beautiful stories only. You know, we are tired of players once they exit the stage. It's always very quickly downhill in this country, and we have got all the resources, we've got all the structures that can stem that, and Harambee can never be enough. Okay.
You've mentioned it, and it's so
exactly
common.
It's so common. It's not sustainable. We can't afford it. So with this, everybody get involved. Your money is secure. If for whatever reason anything happens to you and you exit this world, there's a very clear plan on your family members who will nominate to benefit from it, whether it is your old parents or your children, or if you're married, or I don't know what will happen in a case for someone like you who has got 10 wives.
I take that below the chin, and I expected
You're
that.
Typical Jalu Apidi, don't lie, we know you.
Okay, let's connect back to... Well, looks like still not able to get connectivity to Nick well. But Nick, if you can hear me, the question is, what would your parting shot be to that Kenyan watching you now, or that sports enthusiast watching you now and, really admiring your progress as at now? What would your message be?
Yeah.
I'm told I can get you, but you can't get me so well. Quicks, as we wrap up this discussion,
right.
You now have a very huge task in terms of selling this plan.
Yes.
You've mentioned the federations that you're meeting or you're sending out letters to.
Yeah.
Or have you developed, maybe a one-pager, or have you developed a plan that you would be looking at in terms of selling the whole idea?
Oh, that has been developed, and by the time I'm coming to the studio, you've done tournaments with you before.
Correct.
Just know that I always have that sorted out, my foundation.
Yes.
That I've sorted. We have the proposal, we have all the strategies of how they can get involved, and we'll share that out. That's what we'll be presenting. And at this workshop, we want to invite Retirement Benefits Authority, who will come and make a presentation of what their role is, ICA Lion Trust, and then also Kingsland Court. So we have all those areas covered. We want to publicize it to the whole Kenya. We are targeting, I understand we are 50 million. We are targeting about membership of maybe like even 15 million if possible. That way you make it robust and make it rich, and we want to open it up to everybody. We also want to include the artists, the musicians, and people in performance arts and stuff like that. They can also join in here, because we also know similar stories of our actors who have really, will protect his dignity, but so he was found dead in a ditch some years ago.
If you're open, if you're calling it the Kenya Sports Pension Plan, is it just targeting the sportsmen? Because when you say sports and you now include the other sectors, then maybe the name might change.
The name is neither here nor there, but the more reason why we want to call it Kenya Sports Pension Fund is because the sports players in retirement have been hit the hardest.
Correct.
Now, by putting the name sports on the platform, it's able to attract, and what in Kiswahili they say, angazia. I'm a Jaluo, so my Kiswahili is 50-50.
It's understandable.
Angazia wachezaji, So that puts it take the conversion to the next level and attracts the kind of traction that it needs. Yeah, that's why you use the name sports, just as to market it well and make it, because when we talk about sports, it's all inclusive.
Okay, interesting there indeed, because the Kenya Sports Pension Plan, an idea maybe that, well put there, Nick. We appreciate you making time to be with us. We wish you all the best. We'll be monitoring closely your training and your preparations towards your next assignment, hoping that it will be here in the country. Thank you very much, and we appreciate you making time to be with us. Well, that has been Nick Makave, who's been taking us through what's made him tick, and just giving us highlights of what it has been like out there. At the moment, he is ranked, he's the top-ranked boxer in Asia at the moment. Congratulations to him, and also just won a WBA lightweight Asia region title. Congratulations to him, and wish wishing him all the best. We will monitor closely his preparations and will appraise, and hoping that Kenyans will turn out in large numbers to cheer him should that fight or that assignment be here in the country. But here in studio, we are still joined by Quicks to just unpack for us what the Kenya Sports Pension Plan is all about. A very good idea in terms of investing for the future and also looking at how to support in the future. Are you looking at having other stakeholders like the Kenya National Sports Council, the National Olympic Committee of Kenya, because they already have the network, they already have these federations, under one table?
But I thought Kenya National Sports Council died in the old constitution.
Kenya National Sports, I mean,
it's there in the Sports Act, but it's not there as an organization.
Correct.
So yeah, I've been discussing with the Olympic Kenya officials, and they are very supportive of it. But then they've got elections coming up in December. Yeah. So I told them that we're waiting for them to do the elections. whoever survives or whoever comes new into office, we progress with them. They're very receptive of the idea, and they will support it to the hilt. And we are reaching out to everybody. We're reaching out to KBC, talk to your marketing department, let them come and partner with us. It's our responsibility as a national broadcaster to help develop such public interest initiative that's going to help improve the lifestyle of Kenyans. And like they said at independence in 96-3, that tunafukuza ujinga na umaskini, the struggle is still on. So this will be help to angamiza umaskini in its own small way. Yeah. Well,
Quicks, wishing you all the best with the teams as you do this. Do you have a roadmap, time frames that you want to have everything in place?
So we started publicizing it this week, okay? And yesterday we did a radio show with our homebay here, which I think is going live at 4 p.m. on KBC English channel. And then so between now and December, it's publicity and setting up the structures as the registration process progresses with RBA via ICL. And then so that by end of December, we want all Kenyans to have heard about this upcoming stuff. Then we are setting up the launch for February. And we are reaching out to all the political leadership. We want all of them to support it, from the president to the deputy to the leaders in opposition, and all those people to come and help support this stuff. So we'll invite all of them for the launch, and then from there, then we activate it, move it to the next level. And then also we'll also need some stimuli funds from the government to help capitalize the fund at the beginning, so then it's able to grow in terms of its value.
And as you do that, are you also looking at embracing other officials from other sports federations to also be part of the scheme in terms of management?
Yeah, there will be, but the scheme basically will be managed by ICL and Pension Management Unit.
Okay.
But then the Kenya Sports Pension Plan will have trustees.
Correct.
Okay. The trustees by law in our meeting, I think they will about like 7, which will draw from different industries. And the trustees, their job is also to work with ICA. ICA will guide ICA are the ones who will guide on the investment. So the trustees are just here because they're here in trust on behalf of the members.
Correct.
So then the job is just to make sure that that all the partners, because it's a fairly complex system, a pension plan. The role of the trustees is to make sure that everybody is playing their role.
Quicks, a very noble idea, and wishing you all the best with the time frame that you've put, and also wishing you all the best with the Kenyan, the Samburu rugby
in July next year.
In July next year, that promises to be very interesting.
Yes, thanks.
Just like the yesteryears when rugby fans would go for trips.
Yes.
This can be a good one.
Yes,
wishing you all the best. Thanks, Nyakwaka, for making time to be with us. And as we look at this, we just want to appreciate you making time, and also appreciating Duncan Kuria Sugar Ray, who who made time to be with us earlier on when we started off the show. Looking at a lot to come up, and as we look at this, just to let you know that the Women's Champions League continues, and of course, as your true sports partner, we'll never be left behind to bring you up to speed with what's happening, and also monitoring closely what's happening in other sporting action, and we'll keep you up to speed in our subsequent news bulletins of what to expect. From me and everyone in the studio, I want to appreciate you making time to be with us on behalf of the producer, the director, the technical crew, not forgetting